Now, before we start, guys, remember to check out my Getter account that's linked below. I'm posting there daily, so following me there is a good way to keep up with what I'm saying outside of YouTube. But enough of that, let's actually get on with this video we've got here. Now, at this point, I expect you've all seen this clip that's doing the rounds where Sajid Javid gets a bit flustered when an ICU consultant lays down some facts about the stupidity of compulsory jabs for NHS staff. It was obviously a staged event, as you can see by the cameras, but I wonder if the ICU doctor was actually part of it, or was he just standing nearby hoping to say something when he got the chance? Either way, it's got to be said, I'm glad that he said something, because as you know, not many doctors have been doing this. Now, I should point out that Sajid Javid actually asked the nurses in front of him, who you will see act very sheepish about answering before the consultant pipes up from behind him and takes the attention away from them. So let's actually see what's said and go through it in real time.
All NHS staff.
I'm not happy about that. So.
You're not happy about it? Tell me.
So I've had COVID at some point.
Yeah.
I've got antibodies.
Yeah.
I've been working on COVID ICU since the beginning. I have not had a vaccination. I do not want to have a vaccination. The vaccine's reducing transmission only for about 8 weeks with Delta. With Omicron it's probably less. And for that I would be dismissed if I don't have a vaccine. It's not, the science isn't strong enough.
That's your view. And your views? Do you have any view on that? I respect that, but there's also many places
I agree with
different views.
Other views,
yeah.
But
yeah.
So there he's saying that the science doesn't back it up, and the fact that Sajid Javid had to ask others to counter his claim showed that our former banker and current wanker friend literally has no rebuttal for him. Talk about out of your fucking depth for what?
And there's another colleague who's also in the same position.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I understand that. And obviously we have to weigh all that up for both health and social care. And there will always be a debate about it. But
maybe there's an opportunity to reconsider with Omicron and the changing picture, or at least to nuance it and allow doctors who've had antibody exposure, who've got antibodies, who haven't had the vaccination, to not have it, because the protection I've got from transmission is probably equivalent to someone who's vaccinated.
Yeah, but at some point that will wane as well.
But if you want to provide protection with a booster, you'd have to inject everybody every month. If it's worn off by 2 months, if the protection's worn off for transmission after 2 months, then after a month you've still got a bit of protection. So if you want to maintain protection, you're going to need to boost all staff members every single month, which you're not going to do.
Yeah, we take advice on how much you may need,
but it's not going to achieve a practical benefit.
Yeah. Well, we take the very best advice that we can.
I understand, but you're
from the people that are vaccine experts.
So here he says with Omicron being mild, they should drop or change the rules to allow natural immunity, and that to make the jab mandate work would need to jab all NHS staff literally every month, which won't happen, and let's be honest, won't benefit anyone, as he said. This obviously once again forces Sajid Javid to look like a tit when saying we get the data from the best scientists. Yeah, you know, the ones who got everything wrong for the past 2 years or more. Them, the best scientists there, is what he means. Now, as I sit here, I literally can't find anything wrong with what the doctor said there, and regardless of anything else, the interview there showed Sajid Javid is completely out of his fucking depth. He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about because he's a wanker, not a doctor. Sorry, I meant a banker. Now, I will also add on the doctor or consultant here also stated to PA that the people he's been treating in ICU are overweight with comorbidities, which is obviously something he really should have said to Sajid, but I will say he did well to point out the stupidity that we're living through, and of course the complete stupidity of compulsory jabs for NHS staff. So on that basis, I'll have to say well done to him for that, because at the end of the day, many doctors, like I said, are not speaking up. For now, though, I'm going to leave it there. Remember, like I said, the links are down below as always, and thank you all for watching. I'll catch you next time.
There is a pattern consistent throughout history of oppressed people turning on the oppressors, slaves against their owners, the peasantry against the feudal barons, colonies, Mr. Verhofstadt, against their empires, and that is why Britain is leaving. And it doesn't matter which language you use, we are going, and we are glad to be going. We're off.